Assalamu alaikum friends, welcome to my channel MBBS and BDS lectures. Today our topic is related to orthodontics, differential growth. In differential growth, we will study the two main concepts which is very important regarding to each exam theory and viva, which is scheme and curve of growth and second is cephalocaudal growth gradient. Before going to explanation, if you want to watch the same lecture in Urdu Hindi, I already upload the same lecture in Urdu Hindi on my YouTube channel. Go and watch that video. But if you want to watch in English language, then this video is for you. Now, differential growth. What is differential growth? According to differential growth concept, human body different organ grow at different rate, different amount and different time. This is the concept of differential growth. Now, definition of differential growth is human body different organ grow at different rates, different amount and at different time. Now, by two main concepts, we will understand the differential growth concept, how different body organ grow at different rate, time and amount. To understand this, first we study the scheme and curves of growth. By scheme and curve of growth, we will understand the differential growth concept. And again, from cephalocaudal growth gradient also we understand the differential growth concept. First, scheme and curve of growth. Scheme and curve of growth divide the body tissue into four types of tissue. Number one, lymphoid tissue. Number two, neural tissue. Number three, general tissue. And number four, genital tissue. Now, in lymphoid tissue, lymphatic system, lymphoid tissue are present. In neural tissue, we will study the growth of brain. In general tissue, bone, connective tissue and muscle are involved. And in genital tissue, we will study the genital organ growth. Now, scheme and curve of growth. In scheme and curve of growth, on x-axis we take the age, mean from birth to 20 years, the age of children, age of person. And on y-axis we take the percentage of adult size, percentage of adult body tissue size. Now first, lymphoid tissue. Lymphoid tissue initially grow very rapidly and in childhood it reach to the peak, mean 200%, mean reach to 200% and very rapidly in adult, in childhood it reach to 200%, mean to the peak. Why lymphoid tissue grow very rapidly and in childhood it reach to the peak, mean 200%? Because in childhood the children is more prone to disease due to its undeveloped immunity, due to weak immunity, due to more disease attack. Therefore, the lymphoid tissue grow very rapidly and reach to the 200% very rapidly to develop the immunity of children to fight against disease, to show resistance against disease. This is the graph of lymphoid tissue growth. Second is neural tissue. Again, neural tissue grow very rapidly in childhood and reach to peak in 6 to 7 years of age. The neural tissue growth reach to peak. After 6 to 7 years, there are very small growth occur of neural tissue in order to in order to make the brain to grasp the more knowledge in adulthood. The third is general tissue, mean bone, muscle, connective tissue. Before general tissue, there are two curve of maxillary and mandibular growth, but maxillary and mandibular growth we will understand after understanding the cephalocaudal growth gradient. Now the third is general tissue. General tissue growth, first general tissue grow very rapidly up to 2 to 3 years, then from 2 to 3 years up to 10 years, the rapid growth of general tissue become decrease, and then after 10 years again there will be increased growth of general tissue from 10 to 20 years. Mean initially the growth is rapid, then the growth is decreased, and then again the growth become rapid. And therefore first growth increase, then decrease, then again increase, and this increase, decrease and increase form a S-shaped curve. This is the S-shaped curve. Mean general tissue form a S-shaped curve in a Schneemann curve of growth. The fourth is genital tissue. Genital tissue from birth up to 10 to 12 years there is no growth of genital tissue, but on puberty the growth of genital tissue start on puberty and end also on puberty. Mean genital tissue growth occur at puberty, mean growth started puberty and also completed puberty. Here at 14 years of age. This is the Schneemann curve of growth in which we study the lymphoid tissue growth, bicurve and neural tissue growth, general tissue growth and genital tissue growth by curve. Now this Schneemann curve of growth show our body each tissue grow at different time, at different amount, at different rate. Mean it prove the differential concept of growth. Now come to the second concept which prove the differential growth. This is the cephalocaudal growth gradient. Cephalo mean head, caudal mean tail, growth gradient mean growth variation. Gradient mean variation. Now here cephalo mean head and caudal mean, because hymen have no tail, caudal mean lower limb. According to cephalocaudal growth gradient, to understand the cephalocaudal growth gradient, we should understand two basic sentences. The first is, body parts closer to cranium grow faster earlier. Mean we take the cranium as a fixed point. We take the cranium as a fixed point. The structure which near to cranium, they grow rapidly in earlier age of children. In earlier age of children, structure which are near to the cranium, they grow rapidly. And the structure which are away from, the body parts which are away from cranium, they grow very slowly in initial age of children. But in late age of children like 10 year, 15 year, 20 year, the structure which away from cranium grow more rapidly, and the structure which near to cranium grow very slowly. Body parts closer to cranium grow faster earlier, mean in early age of children, and body parts further from the cranium grow more later. The body parts further from cranium grow more later, mean these parts of body which away from cranium grow in the later age of the children, like 10 year, 15 year, 20 year, but 20 year. But structure which are near to the cranium, they grow earlier age of children, like 2 month, 4 month, 8 month, 1 year, 2 year. Now, this concept, these two sentences we understand from this diagram. When the children is of 2 months of age, its structure which are near to the cranium like maxilla, mandible grow very rapidly, and chest grow very rapidly, and upper limb grow very rapidly. But the structure which away from cranium like lower limb, they grow very slowly. Like if we compare the lower limb growth with upper limb and chest and maxilla and mandible and maxilla and mandible, this growth is negligible. But when the same 2-month children become age of 20 years, then if we see the growth of body parts, then if we compare the body parts with cranium, the structure which are near to the cranium, they grow slowly, but the structure which are away from the cranium like lower limb, they grow very rapidly. This is the cephalocaudal growth gradient concept. Means body parts close to the cranium grow rapidly earlier age of children, and the body parts further from the cranium grow more later age of children. This is the cephalocaudal growth gradient. Now here, due to cephalocaudal growth gradient, we understand the basic concept. The structure which are near to the cranium have different growth, and the structure which are away from cranium have a different growth. This concept also proves the differential growth, which says that human body organ grow at different rate, different amount, and different time. Now come to the again Schneemann curve of growth. In Schneemann curve of growth, we study the lymphoid tissue curve, neural tissue, general tissue, and genital tissue. But two curves are remaining in Schneemann curve, which is two graphs are remaining in the Schneemann curve, which is maxillary growth and mandibular growth. Now, we already stated that we understand the maxillary and mandibular growth curve after studying the cephalocaudal growth gradient, because these two curves are according to the cephalocaudal growth gradient. Now here, the maxillary growth line are upper and the mandibular growth line are lower. Mean there are more maxillary growth and less mandibular growth. Why? Because maxilla is close to the cranium and mandible is away from the cranium. The structure which are away from, which are near to the cranium grow more rapidly. Mean its growth curve is high. Mean grow more rapidly. There are more growth. And the structure away from the cranium show less growth in the earlier age like mandible. Therefore here the maxillary curve is high, graph is high, and mandibular graph is low due to cephalocaudal growth gradient concept. Now today we studied the differential growth concept, and we understand the differential growth concept by two concepts, Schneemann curve of growth and cephalocaudal growth gradient. Now today our topic is complete. If you like my video, press the like button and share this video with your friends. If you are new to my channel, subscribe my channel by pressing the red subscribe button, and also press the bell icon in order to receive each new video notification. For watching my videos, I am very thankful to you. Thank you very much.